Yeah, actually, I realized the link wasn't in the meeting in the
Oh,
notes. I thought I added it last week after you gave it to me.
mm-hmm.
And then somehow I'd only added it to 1 week and not to the other weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I just added it this morning because I realized it wasn't there.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
well, we'll see. We'll see if somebody can make it. But
So far, it's just you and moi. You and moi.
hmm
Me. That's it.
hmm
Okay. Ready.
I mean, I'm ready.
Okay, you want
You're
to
the
do the
host.
introduction?
You're
Introduction.
the host.
You do the
No, I did the
introduction.
introduction.
Yeah,
I
you
did the
did last week.
introduction last week.
Yeah, you did it. You do
If
again.
somebody miss it, they will never hear it again. I forgot what I did last week.
Well, you just introduce what's going on, what this is all about.
Oh, so the HVAC Game School community and the Zoom meeting is basically the HVAC Game School community is all about learning if you're a new technician in the industry for 1 to 3 years. And we put together some courses on troubleshooting, maintenance, system components, EPA, and additional resources that might be helpful for you. There's an active community of, I would say, growth-minded air conditioning, HVAC, and refrigeration technicians that learn and collaborate together. You can ask questions in the community. And this live call is to give an added opportunity and provide more value to the community members to ask questions and get feedback on just, I mean, pretty much anything, but problems that you're running into during the week, something that like surprises you or that you can't find a resolution for on your troubleshooting, or even like if you want to ask about best practices, about how to do maintenance or how something works. And yeah, we'll try and answer it on the spot. And if we don't have an answer available, we'll take note of the question and then either answer it in the community directly or um, yeah, answer it on the next week's call. But since it's only you and me again, um, yeah. And what did we go over last week? You asked about how I got into it,
Uh-huh.
and I should really keep track of what we're going over. But I mean, since nobody was here, we can probably just do whatever we feel like again, and then we'll just post it, and people can watch the replay once they reach level 2 on the
Right,
community.
right.
But
So,
yeah, maybe I can go over a little bit of the community in case people watch it and they wanna curious. Maybe I can make this as like kind of a introduction, like a freebie, just make a classroom or
mm-hmm,
just post it in the community and
mm-hmm,
just maybe go over a little bit more on the school.
mm-hmm.
And then you can ask a few questions and we can go like that. And then we can make this available to everyone to give more of an introduction to the school and take some more time to explain how things go. Maybe. I think that might be helpful. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea. I think that is a great idea because we go over
Okay.
different things that will help the community.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, what I don't know if everybody understands how the community works. Um, so I wanted to go a little bit over that and the levels because the community is really built around engagement and posting and answering and providing value to other community members and helping each other out, which is why I actually went with the school community because I really like that concept of being able to ask questions and get valuable feedback. And also because it's moderated, we can keep track and keep people together that are actually um, driven to learn instead of like you see on a lot of forums online where you ask a question and then somebody thinks it's stupid and they just chew you out and tell you how dumb you are, which happens frequently. Um, So, and then how the levels work is really when you provide value to other people and they like your post, and you get a point, and each like is 1 point. And then you rank up in the community, and then the whole idea is that you can go for higher levels and unlock courses or unlock special features. So right now in the HVAC Game Skool community, we have two levels that are unlocking stuff, which is the level 2, where you can unlock the replays of the live calls, which will probably keep a few weeks in there, maybe 1, 2, 3. I haven't fully decided, but it will not be like, you can go back like years and years because we want to keep it fresh. So that's unlocks at level 2. And to reach level 2, you only need 5 likes, which is super easy to get. So you just make one post or do one comment and help somebody out. You probably get 5 likes already. And then at level 7, which is a higher level, but I have it on there to give access to the HVAC Game Skool community, like give lifetime free access to the HVAC Game Skool community. So if you're like really engaged and you're helping out a lot of people and you're invested, then you can go for that. And I think that's a really nice incentive because you're already giving so much to the community. You're probably going to stay there for a while, and then you can get it for free as well. So those are the two. And then I have more planned because I'm working on a course on electrical diagrams and how they relate to air conditioning systems, and how you can like correlate the electrical diagram to components and wires in the system, and what the different symbols mean, and how you can basically read diagrams. That will be a course that I'm doing. And then I'm also doing I don't know exactly the name, but advanced troubleshooting. Will be troubleshooting 201. We have troubleshooting 101, and then maybe troubleshooting 201, which they might be unlocked at level 3. We'll see exactly how, but we're planning to do more things in the future. And also I have this idea that I don't know how it's going to be implemented fully, but to make in-person meetups, maybe once a month or quarterly, or depending on feedback in the community. But that would have to be logistics, but then maybe do that at like level 6. And the levels go from 1 to 9. So 9 is the highest. I don't know. I haven't really seen anyone anywhere on school that has level 9 yet. So probably takes a while. But yeah, that's just about the community. And the community for me is really, the concept behind it is, even if you have 3 technicians that are all in the trade for 3 years, they all work on different equipment, so they all have different experience. And then if one person works more in heating because they're more in the northern states, and then somebody works in the southern states and they don't have heating very often, the guy that doesn't work on heating very often posts a question about, hey, how do you troubleshoot this heating equipment? Then the guy up in the north that works in it all the time is like, oh yeah, that's easy, but then maybe on another system it would be reversed. So that's why even if you have 3 people that all have the same time experience, they could still provide like a huge amount of value to each other. So that's why I really like this concept. And that's something that I wish that I would have had when I was starting out. So that's why I'm putting it together, really. And yeah, and then obviously the courses I'm building out. The troubleshooting 101 is basically done. I have to record a few more videos and upload those. And then my idea is really to have videos to almost all of the modules there. And then I'll get into the other courses. And then personally, I'm very big on maintenance. So I started out with that one, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people are interested in maintenance. But if somebody is, then we'll also continue working on that, because that's just something that I enjoy. I like maintenance because I come from a maintenance background. So that's all I did for many years, is just maintenance. But yeah, so I guess that's a little bit more of an overview. And then also we're having the August leaderboard game, which that goes back to commenting and posting and getting likes. And if you basically are in the number 1 spot at the end of August, which right now you are, then you can get either a $20 gift card or a 15-minute one-on-one call with me, because both was requested. So depending on what you choose, that will be the price for the first, like the highest liked, or the top on the leaderboard. So
Okay.
yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So
Alrighty. And then
we could.
so one last thing I wanted to mention. So on the electrical, I guess is one of the basic concept of HVACing. So you have to be able to understand lots of electricity, or at least have a basic concept. And then, as you said, you're reading the diagrams. Um, the diagrams, are they appearing on the air conditioning units? Is that one of the things that
Yeah,
appeared?
unless they're really old, you usually have a diagram on the air conditioning unit inside. It's usually in the compartment where all the electrical components are on the back side of the panel.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually several different diagrams. One is just the components, and then the other one is usually, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain without having one to refer to,
Mm-hmm.
but there's different types of, one is more simplified, and then the other one is more in depth. But on electricity, I would always say when you're troubleshooting, the most important thing is to divide it between what is your high voltage, like the power coming into the air conditioner, and then your what is called low voltage, which is the controls, and that is usually 24 volts. And when you're diagnosing, it's very helpful to separate those two and see on which side the problem is. Unless you have different problems going on, usually you just have a problem on one side. So if you're having power, like you're measuring and you're having power coming into the unit, on your high side, which is, on residential, you get 120, 208, or 208, 230, like 240, whatever you want to call it. It ranges, it goes up and down all the time. So, and then for 60 on commercial, so you just make sure that you have the correct voltage. And if you get that on all your equipment and all your components, and you still something doesn't turn on, then it's probably a controls issue. So then I would separate it and say, okay, my high side is good. I don't have to worry about that. So then you go and troubleshoot your low voltage. That has always helped me. And actually, I worked with a newer technician recently, and he had a little bit of a trouble thinking between, like dividing between the two. And that's when I realized, oh yeah, that's not like it's something that I do that you might not be aware of. So that's why I wanted to mention it.
Okay. So
But yeah, there's a lot of electricity going on in air conditioning.
okay, so that it is important that you learn about these things, so you know how to read them, you know what you're doing, you know where to if there is a problem with the air conditioning unit that is related to electricity, then you would be able to fix it at some particular point or another. So that is what is needed. Okay, I got it. And then
Yeah.
on the courses on the community, how many courses are they for the school community that you have made?
Specific courses, I think specific courses I have two that are actually laid out as a course.
Mm-hmm.
Like course modules in the classroom is 7. The first one is the introduction, which is just the overview or orientation into the school community, which
Mm-hmm.
is also the first post in the community.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is the troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm.
The third one now is the replays for the Zoom call for the Drive to Work Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth one is system maintenance and system components.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fifth one, as far as I remember, is additional resources.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a sixth one, which might be just YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
And then the seventh one is the 1 second. The seventh one is the one on Oh, wow, this is confusing.
Mm.
It's like strange traffic regulated going here. Oh. Yeah, so the seventh one is just the course where it unlocks your free access, your lifetime free access once you hit level 7. So that's technically, I mean, it's considered a course, but it's not really actually like a course you can do. It just this is what you gain, and then you get access to the school community for free.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, we're adding videos every week. I think on average I do 2, but the last 2 weeks I did 4 on each week.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to do as much as possible to get courses finished.
Mhm.
And then because I really want to do the advanced troubleshooting and I really want to do the electrical diagram one. So that's really what I want to do. So I'm putting a lot of time on that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So David just joined us, but we're about to close. I don't know if he wants to talk or say something.
Who just joined? David?
David, yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Hey,
yeah.
David. Good to see you.
So that's all I have for today. I don't know if David wants to add a question or he wants us to send us the video that we just made. But that's it. That's all we have. We have 15
I
minutes.
mean the meeting says half an hour because that's the lowest time
Oh,
you can
there's
do.
David. Hi, David.
But we're
I see him.
How you doing?
Good, good.
Oh, hey David. Wow, nice
How
to
you
meet you.
doing?
Good.
No, I was listening. Actually, I saw your recording last Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
and you tapped on areas of new technicians. In other words, them learning, and I had trained quite a few,
Okay.
and through the years, I realized that the new technicians they're like kind of apprehensive, scared to ask questions. A few of them actually told me that the mentor that was with them, they were very bad. You know, it wasn't good. Yeah,
Yes.
they were. So that right there, I'm more of a teacher, showing what I achieved to the people that I train, like you, like us,
Yeah. Yes.
whatever it is.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
just,
I noticed that on you because you're like you joined and then you immediately started posting and answering people's questions. So I definitely noticed that
yeah.
you want to give back. So that's really good. That's really great.
And the thing also that you were saying, that I want to tap on the things you said last recording, the
Okay.
thing
Okay.
about classroom and real life classroom. A lot of the students, you are absolutely right. When they go out on the field, they kind of that. Some of them told me they just froze. One
Yes.
of them
I
told me,
hear that. I
I
hear
don't
that a lot.
understand
Yeah.
a bunch of wires.
Yes. Because you have all the theoretical knowledge, but you don't know how to put it into the material, like onto the unit, because you're like thinking all of these things like, oh, this is refrigerant, this is the power, this is blah, but you don't have any hands-on experience. You don't know how to translate your theoretical knowledge into hands-on experience. So that's
Well,
also what I hear a lot from, because I meet technicians out in the field, and then they're asking, like, a lot of them want to hire me, and then they're like, I'm like, no, I'm good here. But then we start talking, and then I asked them, like, what are you struggling with? And they're like, yeah, we're getting people out of school, but they don't know anything. And I was like, what do you mean they don't know anything? It's like they have been trained, but they don't know how to apply their knowledge into the field, which is why also one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I feel like if you're a technician out in the field, you can really highlight and showcase what you're running into the field, and then give more maybe real or like down to earth knowledge to the technician. So yeah, but
yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page. So that's
No,
really good.
I no, I saw the video that you and it's actually it is true. I'm just here sitting, I'm open mind, better hands with me.
Yes. Yes.
If you have
I mean,
something that I don't know, I'm gonna say, listen, how did you do that? Can you lead me to whatever? You know,
yes, that is good. Yeah, that's how you learn. That's how you keep growing. So that's
yeah.
awesome. Okay,
So
well, Usually we have the call for about 15 minutes now to start out.
Yeah.
In the school community, it says half an hour because it's the lowest time we can put in there. But now I put the Zoom link. I didn't have that in there, which I didn't realize. So unless there is something specific you wanted to go over, we would be closing out for now. And then I guess we'll see
maybe
next week.
Some of the things I'm recommending. I'm not saying that I could be completely wrong. Go, because some of my people that I know, they want to join, but they want to know to cover more detail in certain troubleshooting procedures involving the compressor, how do you test a compressor with a megger, from ground and all of that stuff. And I told them about your site, what you have, and they were interested. So, that, and probably new technologies, focusing on the new technologies. So, the new inverters, everything that is coming out.
Yeah.
It's like,
I personally haven't worked a lot on that stuff. We're just like in the commercial that I'm working in, they're just starting to upgrade all their units, and I'm seeing more of the Bluetooth, like the Train, the Symbio Bluetooth stuff, where you actually have to have a phone and a Bluetooth connection to diagnose and reset faults and stuff like that. But yes, I'm working on a more in-depth troubleshooting course that is more situational. So where I encounter specific problems and then I just document how to go about it. And then it's more of a situational, okay, if you find those pressures, what do you do? Or if you hear that sound on a compressor, like how do you check it? Or more like how do you troubleshoot a blown fuse or something? Like that's more like specific, because a blown fuse can be like a lot of different things. But yeah, I'm working on that, so I'm still building it out. But that's awesome feedback. Yeah, I love that.
So some of them I'm gonna recommend, your site to them.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
Because they asked me about new tech, because I had done, and the difference, I try to explain to them is that you gotta, now it's software, you gotta tap on to get certain, screens to do whatever. Even they have one with the pressures, the pressures are right there. So some of them ran into that, and they were, my God, David, and I explained to them, walked to them through the steps. But new technologies is, is
a big subject.
Yeah, it's kind of big. Yeah. So.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll research that a little bit more and see what I can do on that. Yeah, that's a good recommendation.
How long is the Zoom?
Yeah.
How long is the Zoom again? An hour? Something like that? No, right?
No, we're just starting out with 15 minutes right now.
Okay.
15 minutes is just a quarter hour. Yeah, we've done it for a few weeks, but then you're the first one that showed up, except for me and my host. So that's good. And as we gain more people, we might extend it, but we're just seeing like what times work. Because we did it on the weekend before, and that didn't seem to work. So now we're doing it in the morning, which I don't know if it works or not. So I'm just also trying to get more feedback from the community on times that work. But yeah, we're just getting everything situated. So yeah, right now we're doing 15 minutes.
Where you located? Texas?
Texas, yeah.
Okay, I'm in Connecticut. You
Nice.
froze.
Yes.
You froze for a second.
Oh, I froze? Yeah, I'm driving, so I might have bad reception.
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut. Yeah.
I'm
going to show you some pictures. Yeah. Yes. But before, can I post some pictures on an system that I worked on that'll help that you can take a look at what I run into. This part of Connecticut is crazy, but I'm going to post a picture for you guys.
Yeah,
but
that's awesome. Yeah, you can post anything.
Okay.
So I appreciate that. Okay, David, nice to get to know you.
Yes.
And then we'll see you in the community. We'll see you around.
Okay.
And then we'll see you next week.
Good job.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you. And let your host know I said,
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Bye.
David, have a good one. Okay, bye.
Yes.